as we head back to school and get ready for fall, my friends at Bscs Learning want to remind you we can all be scientists right now through a program called Citizen Science. I chatted with Sean O'Connor, Citizen Science Program Manager, about how you can roll up your sleeves and have some fun in the name of science. Well, Sean, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you here today. We're telling everybody about Bscs. So let's start by you telling us what that stands for and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super happy to be here. And BSCS Science Learning, we're a Colorado-based science education nonprofit. So that means we develop instructional and curriculum materials, we do research, and we provide professional learning to teachers, mainly science teachers in Colorado and across the country.
Great. So teaching the teachers, we know how important that is, especially right now. Now, do you have any new instructional material for science teachers and students that they might be using, especially coming up this fall?
Yeah, we definitely do. We have several units and programs that are in circulation right now. And we just launched our new Invitations to Inquiry with FieldScope. And this is a set of lessons that allows middle and high school students to work with real world data. So each lesson features community and citizen science data from projects hosted on our newly redesigned FieldScope platform. And FieldScope has all kinds of mapping and graphing tools that students use to visualize and analyze the data. And what's really cool is that students, they can investigate data that has been collected locally in Colorado and across the US, and in some of the lessons around the world. So for example, in one lesson, students may be investigating local data from the Riverwatch of Colorado project, or in another lesson, they could be investigating local, national, and global data from the Globe at Night project, another worldwide citizen science project.
Wow, that's really incredible too, because you're being able to bring all of those different aspects all onto this online platform, which, as we know, is so important right now. So
Yeah.
fantastic work. So what about students who won't be able to physically be in the classroom this fall? You mentioned being able to do that. Are there any other programs that they can tap into?
Yeah, so what we did this spring as we were sort of thinking about and responding to the learning situation, we know that it's going to continue to look different for a while. So we've actually created two versions of the lessons. One is like your standard classroom version, and we have 11 different lessons that are sort of teacher facilitated. But we took a batch of about 7 of those lessons and created more student self-directed versions so students can work through them independently at their own pace. So we were so excited that we were able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to put you here on the spot, Sean. My favorite subject in school was always writing, because I never thought I had a science brain. Why science? Why should students be so interested in learning more about science?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a great person to answer that because I was also like a language arts, foreign language kind of person. Like that's what I was primarily. And my path to science just came from just being really fascinated with the world. I studied geography in my university degree, and it was just all about connections and interconnectedness of the world we live in. And science is like a really great lens to be able to explore all that interconnectedness. So I think it has a place for everyone.
I love that. You've sold me. I know that I think at this point too, so many people, especially through COVID and this pandemic, are really reaching out to try and be able to make those connections worldwide. So definitely appreciate what you guys do. Well, Sean, to wrap things up here, where can we find out more and how can we get involved?
So if you go to bscs.org, you can find a link to the Invitations to Inquiry lessons with FieldScope in our Educator Resource Center. And then the cool thing about the lessons too is that all of them have an opportunity for young people, families to actually go out and participate and collect environmental monitoring data that are part of these lessons. So hopefully you can not only do the lessons and study the data, but actually go outside and contribute to these important environmental data sets as well.
Definitely a great way to get the family together and do something science-based, learn a little bit and help out. Well, Sean, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate what you're doing to help us out during this time. We love it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us on.
Anyone can be a scientist this fall. Check out BSCS Learning's invitations to inquiry. Also, remember, anyone can be a scientist. Consider getting involved in a local citizen science project. You can find lessons and so much more great info at bscs.org.